Howdy, howdy, Frosty14 here. I've heard a lot of slander about the wolf pack, and I can understand why. And if you approach it in a certain way, which I'll explain, it's not bad. So let's just jump in to a boss fight, and I'll just let the wolves show that they can do some damage. They are okay. Now we're just got to get the come on. There you are. So we are terrible defensive setup. No cold defense. Only level 56. Only got a +2. Nothing really going on there. A +1 there. But this is a helmet I got at level 4. So yeah, my gear is generally terrible. I do have decompose on. That's quite nice for just, you know, general clearing. That helps a lot. I will say that, you know, be clear, transparent. I do have this thing, but I don't use it. So no wolf form. This is purely companion build style. So the key is that I do extra damage when they're immobilized. It's going to take a little time. But this is them on their own. I'd usually have a second beast, which has like stuns. It's actually a giant crab. I'll show you after. And I would be casting volatility, but I just wanted to show you without volatility. And they are big wolves. They're hulking. I got discipline on my staff, so... And if they die, they respawn really fast, so I'm not worried about that. So the main purpose of the wolves, one of the big strengths of them is that if you were previously using 2 companions, you don't get as much screen-wide coverage. So as a companion build, it's really nice to have multiple minions that are all count as one companion that are able to body block. And they can position you can position yourself better. Now they're only what context? They're only level 12 gem, so I've got level 17 wolf pack. I am gemling, so I've got 2 extra skill points that go into int things. So, you know, bearing that in mind, when you look at the stats, 5k health. I've got res, so not bad. I'll get it to, you know, somewhat cap as hard as I can. Damage is 719. Now this is just bearing in mind that there are 6. So that's the reality. Yes, it's not going to be as good as the skeleton, because I feel like skeleton tree is just... I mean, you can go from witch or druid and go path towards witch, and you're going to get a lot more damage nodes. One of the things that... I'll just show some more. The setup I have, I don't even have buddy... I've only got 3 gems in there. So I got brutality, so I'm not doing any elemental damage. I've got rapid attacks 2, and I've got hulking. So not a whole lot going on. Obviously you get minion mastery once you get the 4th socket, and you got, you know, level tier 5 supports. Tier 5 supports? Level 5 support gems. And then also feeding frenzy 2 would probably be fine. Or you go heavy swing and you sacrifice some attack speed. Now I will say they do look a lot better when they're hulking. But as for damage, they're fine. I mean, the reality is that you do need to have your second companion, and that helps a lot. And I haven't got one that has Hasted Aura, so I haven't seen the full potential. I think Hasted Aura on your other companion would really boost them up a lot. But this is for a companion build, not a minion build. So, the grains of salt. I'll show you my passive tree in a second, but once they kill this thing, I'll get it done. Okay, I'll show you my other one. I'll show you... So the damage is okay. It's nothing spectacular, but it's serviceable and they do some good body blocking. What you do though... I mean, you got Relevant Swarm for blind and maim, and then you have your second companion. So in this case, I've got a giant crab. Now we stun him because he's got stun, and I've got Conjure Lightning Storm on the crab, and the damage is obviously a lot better once you got everyone working together. It is a team. It's a wolf pack. And my crab does have an instant freeze attack that if it hits a normal enemy, it instantly freezes them. It bypasses any resistance to freeze. So it's crazy. I don't know if they're anything good. But, yeah. I mean, as part of... I'll show you my tree. Gemling Mercenary. And you've got all the companion nodes. I didn't get this one because I don't do leech because I'm not using a physical attack. I'm using spells. Quality, obviously, a big deal. One of the things that's going to happen is I'm going to get my third Ascendancy and get quality up to, as you would have noticed, quality will get up to 41% because I still haven't got 2 more gem-coated prisms. So that'll be nice. We'll see whether or not I get an additional wolf to get up to higher wolves, more wolfdom. Yeah, so I got the revive faster companions, which is really, really helpful because they do die despite having a little bit of health. I haven't got my gems set up, so I don't have my companion health and damage gems, so I'm missing so much. I don't have, you know, adorned with +3 to companion skills or anything. So there's I mean, my character is very early on, level 56. It takes a lot to polish a companion character at times. I do have shared defenses, so they do have, you know, if you were running the unique armor that gives you 1 additional companion, you wouldn't have this, but it does help when the companions have your armor and evasion. I have no armor and evasion or anything though. I have just energy shield. I have nothing. Literally nothing. My defense is non-existent. But the body blocking in the wolves means that it's not a big deal most of the time. Except, you know, big slams. You just gotta dodge them. They did change some of the nodes. They got rid of some of the shared stuff, like, well, allies in your presence, you get more damage. They got rid of those here. Just these 3, 4. And then, for some reason, they completely bricked these nodes. So they made them just your damage. So they took them away from there. They took away companion damage from here. I can't understand why. I think it's a mistake. I think GGG don't give a shit about companions for the most part. So again, if you're suffering on the minion side of the tree, trying to get wolves working, and there was the bug, yes, that the one summoned by Pounce on with the mark weren't doing any damage, and they fixed that. But even then, it's still a bit of a challenge to get wolf minions to be serviceable. Then you're on the wrong side of the tree. The other thing I can do, of course, is get a, you know, the one that shares, and perhaps get. I always forget where it is. The damn sharing a scepter. The one problem I have, so the one issue, that the disappointing thing is that if you don't have the talisman plus scepter combination, you can't do one thing. There's only one thing you can't do, and it's when you go like this. I'll put you away. I'll put you away so you can see what I'm looking at. There's another companion, so you just turn off on this one. This is actually one of the new unique items. It's called Hyseag's Claw. It's a familial talisman, so it doesn't have a good roll on damage, but it has level 9 cackling companions. So a cackling companion is a hyena, and it does a little laugh that hinders enemies, and then when it attacks, there's a chance to maim. And it's a big pack, so I'll show you normal size. So we get 7 at level 9, so this will have a much bigger pack at the end. And look, they're cackling. It's pretty, they're pretty interesting, honestly, and I like the idea of, you know, getting them to work. So what I'm going to do is show you how big they get. Okay. Now they're not super fast. And these ones I haven't got any support gems on or anything, so you can't really judge the damage too harshly, I'll be honest. But they do the hinder. It's pretty cool. I should put some more damage on them just to make them. But yeah, so the point of the hyenas is that you would have Scepter on, and you would have the Familiar Talisman on. And it's 7% damage per minion, and you could get a lot, I think, in that combination if you have, you know, your 150 odd spirit and you're playing Oracle or whatever. I think you could do some interesting stuff with that. That's the only thing I'm missing out on. Other than that, though, we go wolving, and I think the wolves are good on the companion side compared to having 2 companions. It's really the context is the most important thing with the wolves, is that they are tagged companion out of compassion. Now, why these are tagged as companion when you need to have the other side of the tree accessible so you can get a scepter to actually scale them to be decent, plus the talisman. That's kind of a kick in the balls. So yeah, there's a bit of there's a problem. There is definitely a major weakness when it comes to the druid minions and the positioning of the tree, and I think, yeah, I think it's not very good in that regard. There is a mistake. They should do something about it, but I guess they just want us to use the travel gems, or you do Pathfinder, and then you teleport across. But it's just a bit of a faffing around sort of situation. Yeah, obviously you just do your minion build and all that and get actual decent stuff. Not my trash. Yeah. In conclusion, wolves are okay when you compare it to having 2 companions that are mediocre. When you have 2 giga, ultra, mega amazing companions that have 4 mods and they're all bloody useful, then maybe the wolves will drop off in comparison. But I think with the Infernal Legion setup, the wolves will be okay. They'll complement that fine, depending on the speed of the beasts that you've got Infernal Legion on. If you get lucky and get hasted, fire rares, fire damage on a elephant tortoise, and then like conjure lightning storms as a 4th mod, then that'd be really, really good. Or like hasted aura, and so you can haste aura the wolf pack. I haven't tried that yet, so you know, I think they can still get a lot better. Obviously it's only level 12. Once it's level 20, and then I've got way more skill points and skill buff things, it'll be interesting to see how good it is then. I'll make another video at that point, but don't doom and despair. Wolfpack, they're okay. I like them. I mean, they jump around. These are some rare mobs. Obviously, you just, you know, do your volatilities. I could just do blasphemy support, but I like them. I know there's cold synergies and the lunar shout stuff, which you can't. It's not good because you can switch into it, lunar shout, turn them into white wolves, but then if you go back to spellcasting, then they undo their transformation, which I think is bad game design, and they should just keep the transformation so you can just roar as the wolf to get the buff and then go back to playing normally. Hopefully there's a unique that allows that to happen, but I don't know. I think the leap is good. The hyenas don't have the leap, so that's one of the things. They're slightly less mobile. Bloody elephant tortoises, I got a lot of help. Yeah, my defenses are non-existent. But yeah, that's the wolves. Early wolf report. They're not shit. They're just meant for the other side of the tree. Even though the unique isn't. So it's kind of like, ugh. Bit annoying. Alright, it's been Frostify10. Tell me what you think of the wolf pack persistent gem. Obviously these are different to the pounce spawning wolves. They're like wolf missiles. And they look sick. They do howl occasionally. And their stun build up is really good if you want to just do stun. Yeah, what the heck is that? Okay, that's just volatility. Otherwise, I'd be, you know, putting the plants down. I'm trying to immobilize enemies, because that's how I get all my damage. Also, I have no cold res. And I have decompose, so I can explode stuff with my curse. Just putting the curse on the ground. And then... Alright, catch you later. Tell me what you think of the wolf pack. I don't know if they're particularly good supplement to any build that doesn't focus exclusively on companions. In all honesty, I really doubt they're much value in that any other circumstance than that, but that's why it's important to clarify where they are in a good use case. They're just the bestest boys. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.